What advices could you give Ken regarding your artistic career, your personal life? I don't know, but
first thing I would say is search for simplicity. Stay away from anything that makes a bunch of people stare at you while you're in a restaurant.
okay.
or makes them follow you in cars and motorcycles back to your hotel, or try to avoid people who write incredibly, sometimes entertaining, but incredibly ludicrous fiction about you and your family. So those are a couple of things I would avoid. I'd probably also say, if anybody gives you any shit, just beat the fuck out.
Johnny Depp's path from his early music dreams in Florida to becoming a Hollywood star is a story of toughness and change. While dealing with a rocky marriage to Amber Heard, his kids, Lily Rose and Jack, were his support, showing a solid brother-sister relationship despite being different from each other. This tale dives into their experiences, showing how they handled the public struggles of their family and stayed close through the ups and downs of fame. Before we go on, please make sure you hit the subscribe button for our channel. Thanks a lot in advance. Johnny Depp's path in Hollywood wasn't straightforward. He originally came to Los Angeles from Florida with his band The Kids, aiming to make it big in the music. But then, Nicolas Cage, who wasn't famous yet, suggested he try acting to make some extra cash. Acting ended up paying off way more than music, and Depp rode that wave all the way to the top. For his part in the 2010 movie, Alice in Wonderland, Johnny Depp took a smaller paycheck up front, betting on the movie's success to pay off later. And it did, big time. The Tim Burton movie was a huge hit, and Depp ended up making $55 million from it, according to Celebrity Net Worth. That's one of the biggest earnings for a movie actor. At one point, Depp had made around $650 million in his career, but his fortune has dropped to about $100 million. Now, while that's still a lot of money, it's definitely a big dip. Johnny Depp was named People's Sexiest Man Alive twice, first in 2003 and again in 2009. He's also dated a bunch of famous celebrities like Winona Ryder, Kate Moss, and Vanessa Perez, who he has 2 kids. But after splitting from his ex-wife, Amber Heard, things got rough. They ended up in a heated defamation lawsuit in 2022. While Johnny Depp has had plenty of good times, he's also faced some serious lows. Johnny Depp turned to music at age 12 to get away from his rough home life. He would spend hours alone playing guitar, especially when his parents were fighting, which they did a lot before they finally split up. Depp moved around more than 30 times as a kid, which made him feel. Even when he grew up, he also had a tough time with his mum, Betty Sue Palmer, who was pretty abusive and often hit her kids. Depp talked about these tough times during his 2022 defamation trial against Amber Heard. Despite all this, Depp's dad was a calm and kind guy, a stark contrast to his mum's harshness. Johnny Depp married makeup artist Lori-Ann Allison in 1983 when he was 20 and playing with his band The Kids. They moved to Los Angeles hoping to make it in music, and it was Allison who introduced Depp to Nicolas Cage. Cage suggested Depp try acting to make some extra money. Even though Depp started doing well in acting, his marriage to Allison didn't last and ended after just 2 years. Depp has talked about always feeling like an outsider and having trouble with relationships despite being famous. In 1997, he even said he felt lost and disconnected from people. In 2016, when Amber Heard accused him of abuse, Allison stood up for Depp, calling him gentle and kind. With that, his split from Winona Ryder left him devastated. Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder met at the Great Balls of Fire premiere in 1989 and starred together in Edward Scissorhands the next year. They were together for 4 years, and Depp even got a Winona Forever tattoo. After they split in 1993, he changed it to Wino Forever. The breakup hit them both hard. Ryder went through a huge emotional breakdown, her first big heartbreak, and Depp was so torn up, he'd sometimes show up on set. Tim Burton, their director, noticed that Depp seemed like he was missing a piece of himself that Ryder used to bring out in him. In 2011, Johnny Depp mentioned he had some Native American roots, which stirred up some controversy, especially after he was cast as Tonto in Disney's The Lone Ranger. He said his great-grandmother was either Cherokee or Creek, but a lot of Native American groups doubted this claim. In 2013, Sonny Skyhawk criticized Depp and Disney for how they portrayed Native characters in A Chat with Indian Country. The issue came up again in 2019 when Depp was in a Dior perfume ad that used Native American themes. This move was slammed for cultural appropriation, and after a bunch of backlash, including from indigenous activists on social media, the ad was pulled. We all know Johnny's money situation is always talked about. He often spends more than he has. Johnny Depp made a whopping $650 million over his career, Variety reports, but most of that money has vanished. Now he's left with a net worth of $100 million. That's still a lot of cash, but it makes you wonder, what happened to the other $550 million? Turns out Depp is asking the same question. Johnny Depp sued his former financial managers in 2017, claiming they hadn't paid his taxes for 13 years, but still took millions in fees, according to CBS News. He settled the lawsuit in 2018, but the details weren't made public. In a Rolling Stone interview, Depp opened up about his finances and addressed some wild spending rumors. For instance, he corrected the rumor that he spent $30,000 a month on wine, saying, "It's insulting to say that I spent $30,000 on wine because it was far more." There was also talk about him spending $3 million to launch Hunter S. Thompson's Ashes from a cannon. Depp clarified, by the way, it was not $3 million to shoot Hunter into the guy, it was $5 million. Johnny Depp has had some costly breakups. He reportedly gave Vanessa Paradis $150 million when they split, according to Hollywood Life. His divorce from Amber Heard cost him $7 million as per The Independent. Depp has also been candid about his struggles with drugs and alcohol, particularly after River Phoenix's overdose outside his club, the Viper Room, in 1993, which was a major wake-up call. He admitted using substances to numb his emotional pain. In a 1997 interview, he acknowledged the damage he was doing to himself, but felt unable to stop. His relationship with Vanessa Paradis eventually helped him make a change, and by 2008, he realized the extent of the harm he had caused himself. Johnny Depp's struggles with substance abuse were a key issue during his 2022 defamation trial against Amber Heard. Dr. David Kipper, who testified, discussed Depp's efforts to get sober, detailing his treatment for dependence on alcohol, opiates, benzos, and stimulants. Despite Depp's anxiety about detoxing, Dr. Kipper emphasized his commitment to overcoming his addictions. Depp has also had several legal troubles. In 1989, he clashed with hotel security in Vancouver over a noise complaint, leading to assault and mischief charges. Then, in 1994, he trashed a New York City hotel room at the Mark Hotel during a rage about a friend's betrayal, causing nearly $10,000 in damages. When the police arrived, they found him calm, with his then-girlfriend, Kate Moss, amidst the chaos. He said he wanted his kids to see the US as a broken toy to briefly visit. After criticism, Depp clarified that his intent was to comment on America's youth compared to older civilizations like Europe and Asia, not to insult Americans. In 2017, Johnny Depp caused a stir at the Glastonbury Festival by joking about an actor assassinating a president. The White House condemned his comment, urging others in the entertainment industry to denounce such statements. Depp apologized, saying he didn't mean any harm. After Amber Heard hinted in a Washington Post op-ed that she was abused, The Sun labeled Depp a wife-beater, sparking several lawsuits involving Depp, Heard, and the newspaper. Depp claimed the scandal made Hollywood shun him, harming his career and delaying his film Minamata, calling it a Hollywood boycott. Warner Bros. Also asked him to step down from Fantastic Beasts 3, with Mads Mikkelsen replacing him, though Depp was still paid in full. But wait, what kind of relationship does he have with his children? Do Johnny Depp's kids, Lily Rose and Jack Depp, have? Depp get along well, even though they're totally different, especially considering how they each dealt with their parents' breakup. And Johnny's rocky marriage with Amber, Heard Johnny was living the dream, juggling a successful Hollywood career with laid-back family life at his chateau in the south of France. "I've got a great family and a balance that I miss. Just a lot," he said to VSD Via People, talking about his perfect life in Plaine de la Tour. "With Vanessa and the kids, we live in this little village down south, and it feels like paradise. Johnny added. But then, out of the blue, it was all over. In 2013, a spokesperson told ET via Today that Johnny and Vanessa Paradis had split after being together for 14 years. Before we move forward, I gotta tell you about this incredible village. Trust me, no celebrity anywhere has a place like this. The Hollywood actor, who's in the news for different reasons these days, supposedly put the estate back on the market for $55 million last year. He had tried selling it in 2015 and 2016 at different prices, ranging from $27 million to $63 million, but didn't manage to make a sale. And although $55 million might seem steep for a property, what else would you expect for an entire village owned by one of the most famous movie stars in the world? Let's check it out! Johnny Depp snagged the deserted village, only 17 miles away from the celebrity hotspot of Saint-Tropez, back in 2001, during the peak of his Pirates of the Caribbean fame. During his 14-year romance with French actress and singer Vanessa Paradis, Johnny reportedly dropped about $10 million fixing up the village buildings, carefully reviving the stone and wood-beamed structures. The pair cherished their time on the estate until they split, after which Johnny decided to put it up for sale. Whoever owns the village gets to have their very own private restaurant, Chez Marceline, along with a main house and 6 guest houses. One of those guest houses even used to be the village church. In total, Johnny Depp's French village spans 900 square feet and includes 15 bedrooms and 14 bathrooms. The property features 2 swimming pools, a picturesque town square surrounded by lush gardens and outdoor dining areas, a skate park, a fully equipped gym, and a wine cellar. The wine cave's decor is reminiscent of something straight out of the Pirates film series, complete with decorative skulls. The estate is adorned with 300-year-old oak trees, ancient olive trees, and vineyards, providing picturesque views and an enviable lifestyle. Despite the shady timing of Johnny's breakup with Paradis and his new relationship, Lily Rose seemed to be okay with Amber Heard at first. At least, that's what came out in court papers during Johnny and Amber's intense legal fight. "You've been a better dad to Jack and me since she has been around, and she was helping with the alcohol problem," Lily Rose wrote to her dad when he was thinking about splitting up with Heard via the Daily Beast. "But Jack hasn't said a word about it, not even now. Are Johnny Depp's kids, Lily Rose and Jack Depp, close? Johnny Depp's kids, Lily Rose and Jack Depp, are total opposites. Lily Rose took after her mom, Vanessa Paradis, and made it big as a model and actor. On the other hand, Jack keeps to himself and hardly ever gets caught in public, let alone in a magazine or at a fancy event. But despite their differences, Lily Rose and Jack are tight. Jack might dodge the cameras, but he's still seen every now and then, usually cheering on his sister from the sidelines. Back in 2015, he was spotted watching Lily Rose rock the runway for Chanel during Paris Fashion Week, according to Mama May. Meanwhile, Lily Rose totally adores her little brother. When he turned 18 in April 2020, she shared a bunch of sweet black and white photos of them as kids. "My little baby Jackie is 18. My baby bro, my heart and soul. Happy birthday. I love you so much," she wrote alongside the pics. According to Interview, when Lily Rose and Jack went to school in the US, they often chatted in French to keep things private, and probably to gripe about the gross orange cheese in a can. But you won't catch them using it on social media. Lily Rose is all over the internet, which makes sense with her big modeling career, but Jack doesn't have any official online profiles. Still, they've got more in common than just sharing genes. Both stay quiet about their dad's messy legal battle, hold passports from both France and the US, speak 2 languages, and seem surprisingly down to earth for kids of famous parents. Even Lily Rose and Jack Depp's appearance is totally different, hardly sharing any physical traits. She's a dead ringer for her mom, Vanessa Paradis, and in some pics, they look more like sisters than mother and daughter. Oh my god, twins! One person commented on a black and white Instagram photo Lily Rose posted of her and Paradis hugging. Meanwhile, the older Jack gets, the more he resembles his dad. Both parents are crazy about their kids. "My boy Jack has always been a super talented artist," Johnny bragged to the Inquirer via the Mirror. "He draws amazingly well. He's also great at playing music. He's got a real knack for it. And Johnny adores Lily Rose so much. So much that Rolling Stone said he bought her a $7,000 sofa from Keeping Up with the Kardashians because she was a huge fan of the show at the time. It might seem odd since sofas aren't usually at the top of young girls' wish lists, but it was a sweet gesture nonetheless. On the flip side, Paradise made a point to give her kids a normal upbringing. I make sure to keep them out of the spotlight because I don't want our children to feel pressured into sharing our fame if they don't want to. Paradise said to Weekend Knack, via People, back in 2007, they didn't choose this, not yet. When the time comes that they want to pursue things that might put them in the public eye, then I won't hold them back. Moreover, before all the trouble between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard started, people said that Heard was really close to Depp's kids, especially Lily Rose. In an interview back in 2015 with Marie Claire, the actress from Aquaman talked about how much she loved being a stepmom to Depp's 2 children. She said it was a big deal and the best surprise I've ever gotten. Cotton, she added. I feel like I'm experiencing new things I never knew were possible. My life is so much brighter now. I'm thrilled. When people found out that Heard and Depp split up, insiders who knew the situation said that Heard would probably still stay close with Lily Rose since they had become really tight over the years. A source told E! News Amber and Lily Rose got really close from the start. They hung out a lot together, going shopping, eating out and catching movies, even without Johnny around. They had their own special girl time. Amber was more like a cool older sister to Lily Rose than a mom figure, and they were both cool with that. But some things that came out during the trial have proven that the reports about them being tight were totally wrong. Although Lily Rose Depp and Amber Heard were seen together in public before, it doesn't necessarily mean they were super tight during the defamation trial. It came out that Lily Rose didn't even go to Heard and Johnny Depp's wedding because she supposedly didn't like Heard. Right from the start in court, Johnny Depp mentioned that his daughter, Lily Rose, didn't even show up to the wedding. He said they weren't exactly best buddies with Heard for a few reasons. According to him, Heard and her pals were using drugs at the event, which wasn't exactly kid-friendly. He described it as a night of dinner, dancing, and drugs. On the other hand, Heard told the jurors that she had formed a close bond with her ex's kids. She said she thought they were fantastic, super smart little oddballs in the best way possible, and she was really growing fond of them. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to us. We promise even better content. See you soon.